It's going to be another wacky and wild day in the NBA today. And we're going to do what we always do here on the Splash Play NBA channel, even though that lazy grifter Spags couldn't be here. We're going to dig into his projections compared to some of the ownership out there from our friends at Stokastic. That's got the home of that cuck Eric Lindquist as well. We're also going to hop into Unabated, see with some great data. Wait, no, I'm clicking the wrong button. I'm a puppet. My hands are up here. How am I clicking buttons? We're going to go to our friends at Unabated, find you the best bets. Of course, we'll also see what our friends at Stokastic have in terms of the top DFS lineups. And by the end of this video, you'll know the must-plays for today's NBA slate, April 1st, 2025. And let's get into it. Can I do this the entire hour? Let's find out. Also, the voice really goes evasively in and out sometimes here. Q tags: Karl Anthony Towns, Josh Giddey, Jamal Murray, and Aaron Gordon, Anthony Simons, Bradley Beal, Gershon Yabusele, Cole Anthony, Kevin Huerter, Jonathan Kuminga. Probable tags today: Nikola Jokic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Trae Young, yada, yada, yada. Let's get into it here. The views are going down. People don't know how committed to bits I can be on this channel. We're going to go here. It is puppet time. Aloha, puppet. Thought the puppy was better. Oh, that's rude. That's rude. Best of luck doing this the whole time. I won't give up now. Now that I see people don't want to watch it, I can't give up. It also kind of hurts my left arm. Been working out pretty hard this week, so it's hard to keep moving this guy around here. Top projected players according to that dipshit Spags today. We got Nikola. Why is he being mean to me? Got Nikola Jokic, top projected player overall, 62.4 fantasy points. Unfortunately, he's only on the FanDuel slate today, so we won't be able to play him on DraftKings. Giannis Antetokounmpo, lots of ownership for that Greek freak. Normally, I like it Greek style. You know what that means, right in the old puppet hole. Giannis, though, he doesn't like that so much. 40% ownership for him, according to Stokastic. 24% in my top 150 lineups today. Quentin Grimes, I hear this dipshit behind me thinks that Quentin Grimes is a good player. Stokastic disagrees. They're giving him a 33 fantasy point projection. They think he's back to old Grimes, but Spags is going to play him a little bit today like the idiot he is. He's got him for a 47.3 projection. Of course, he would point out the rates for Quentin Grimes, yada, 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 33% usage, yada, yada, yada. Guy plays pretty well. Point being for Quentin Grimes, I would say that he doesn't come up at all for Stokastic. They think he is one of the worst plays to ever occur in basketball. So who are you going to follow today? The guy with a puppet doing a stream? Or are you going to follow the company with millions of dollars, etc.? I don't know, but Quentin Grimes not coming up very much. Paolo Banchero sounds like a dish I would order at my local taqueria. Instead, he is a real-life NBA player who does great things. That said, only a 47-point projection from Spags today compared to 49, 19% ownership for the field. I'm getting lucky number 13 for myself today of Paolo Banchero. Josh Giddey, 11% ownership for Stokastic. Spags, he is getting him at 20% in his top 150 lineups. 46.3 fantasy points. Q tagged on him. If he doesn't go, you're going to be playing Kobe White. And if it ain't White, it ain't right. Like, I'm the puppet saying that. It's okay. Josh Giddey, though, playable today, looking pretty good. There we go. Still at work and laughing way too hard. Well, you know what? Good news. This goes on for apparently another 50 minutes somehow. I don't know how. Banchero send you to El Baño. That's true. You get him right out of your puppet hole again, right here with the watches. That's what we say in the puppet biz. Anthony Edwards, not on the DraftKings slate. Can't play him on there. He projects okay, though, for all you other people playing late slates, playing your FanDuels, your et ceteras out there. Karl Anthony Towns, Q tagged on him. So weird thing for Karl Anthony Towns that Spags was telling me before. Basically, for whatever reason, you take campaign off, you take Jalen Brunson off. That guy's not playing no more. You got Miles McBride off. All of a sudden, Karl Anthony Towns stops shooting, and OG Anunoby starts shooting all the gosh darn time. The guy won't stop shooting the ball. So Karl Anthony Towns, lower rated for Spags than he would be normally. Perhaps part of the reason he's busted the last few slates. But Karl Anthony Towns, 7% owned for the fields. Spags is only getting him at 1%. And of course, if he doesn't play, well, all bets are off there. Mitchell Robinson can't play a ton of minutes. Precious Achiuwa is not very good. Those guys will come into play a little bit more. But Cat right now, his status, one of the keys to watch on this slate. Why am I crossing my arms like I'm doing hip-hop? We got Denny Avdia here. Oh, 37, starting to hurt my throat a little bit to talk for this long. I'm not used to this. I'm not used to getting the spotlight like this. Since that old real life Eric Lindquist put me in the basement. He used to feed me fish heads. It didn't make me feel very good. But then Spags freed me like a demonic spirit. Now here I am giving NBA DFS picks, much like many of the betting content creators on Twitter. We got Denny Avdia, 36. I'm making jokes that entertain me. I hope they sometimes entertain you. 37% ownership for Denny Avdia, Stokastic data. 59.3% for this Mook Spags here. He's playing a lot of Denny Avdia. You got no Scoot Henderson, no Jeremy Grant, no DeAndre Ayton. That's what you're doing with Denny Avdia today. You got to play this guy. Devin Booker, no Kevin Durant. He's still not coming up for me, though. Only getting them in 2.7% of Spags' lineups here. 8.4% for those Stokastic users today. Trae Young, 18%. Spags does not like him that much. Only 3% for him. He always likes Dyson Daniels. He always likes Onyeka Okongwu. That's Spags. So predictable, isn't he? Franz Wagner, 18% here. 23% Stokastic, or Spags' lineups here. Sim with his data overlaid on that Stokastic Sim. Got 23% for himself here. Let me click here. Let me move the mouse. I'm just going to click. I'm down here. I'm not snorting. I'm not snorting. No, okay. We're just going to sort. I was trying to make this work, guys. All right, clicking the mouse here. Clicking the mouse. Oh, God. I'm going to drink. Spags is going to drink water while I talk. So, oh, that didn't work out so well. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Mike Conley, two great values, not on today's DraftKings slate. You could play him on FanDuel, I suppose. You could play him on your late slate. They look okay. Not so much today for the DK main slate. Julian Champagnie, he's a top value. 13% for the field, 23% for Spags at his top 150. Looking pretty good for him at this point, playing for a Spurs team, even though he is the lesser version of his brother. He's still okay out there. Royce O'Neal, pretty good value, 27% for the field. I'm at 39% in Spags' top 150 lines. Is it my lineup set or is it Spags'? I seem to keep confusing that. Either way, he's coming up quite a bit today. Likely starting for Kevin Durant, but he might not start. It was Oso Ighodaro coming in last time when Durant got hurt. Granted, that Suns game, like many of them, got away. That said, today could be Ighodaro starting, could be Royce O'Neal. Royce O'Neal, the one who's going to get a lot of ownership right now. Jacoby Walter, 23% for the field, 28% for Fags. Did I just call this guy a slur? Did I call the guy who has his hand up my butt a slur accidentally? Spags here. April Fools. Jacoby Walter. Looking okay. Sandro Mumukalashvili here coming up 15%. Fields at 9%. I don't know why any of us is getting Mamukalashvili here. He sometimes spikes a tournament upside. That said, he doesn't play a ton, only projected for 16 minutes today. You definitely can't trust that guy. Ryan Rollins, closing games lately. I was going through the popcorn machine. Usually what I call the popcorn machine is when I cut a hole in the bottom of a bucket of popcorn and I bring my wife and my dog to the movie theater and I let them dig their hands in and then they get a little surprise at the bottom of the popcorn. Beep, beep, beep. It's right there. This is the surprise. Point being, for Ryan Rollins lately, I don't know, I was tying this together. He is much like the popcorn machine. No, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about popcorn machine. I was going through the rotational minutes. Ryan Rollins has been closing some games lately. Part of why we saw Kevin Porter Jr. failed spectacularly against the Knicks was that Ryan Rollins closed that game. You can still see Kevin Porter Jr. close the game. He even played some minutes alongside Ryan Rollins last game. So Ryan Rollins' minutes seem pretty secure, even though Kevin Porter Jr. gave him the old popcorn machine. If you catch my drift, I should be able to do this by myself, perhaps. Whew, Delano Banton, lots of sixes out today. He's an okay value at 3,300, 18% for the field. Spags at 21. OG Anunoby, shooting like a monster. We should pull up the rate data here. I'll move over to the laptop. Boop, boop, boop. I'm over on the laptop here. Wait, let me just keep my head on screen. Okay, right. We got rate data here for OG Anunoby. Anunoby. Not Spags delaying to find the rate data. We got OG Anunoby, been averaging in court time without Jalen Brunson, without Miles McBride, without Campaign. He's been averaging 29% usage, 13% assist rate, 1.3 fantasy points per minute. Shooting an unsustainable 73% true shooting. That won't hold up. OG Anunoby at best going to be a 60% guy. That said, he's getting shots up. He's playing pretty well. OG Anunoby, if you're not playing Towns, and if Towns doesn't play today, Anunoby thinks he's a star. That's why he's on the thumbnail with me back here. Of course, the famous thumbnails that I create on Canva every day. OG Anunoby is your guy today to consider. Only 12% played by the field. Spags is getting him at 65% with his very singular rate data that he's using. Denny off to you. Getting a lot of him. We talked about him already. 37% for the field. I'm at 59% with Spags' lineups today. I guess maybe this is the bit, as I'm gambling with Spags' money today. Can it go worse? Probably not. We got a Yeko Kongu, 20% for the field. I'm getting him 51. You want to know your splash plays for the day? It's these three right here. Anunoby, Avdia, Okongwu. Afford them all. Use the value to get there. Those guys are going to be in a lot of lineups tonight. I'll tell you what. Let's go game by game. Let's go game by game. Deep breath, Spags, says the chat. I don't know who this Spags is. It's only me, the puppet in the room. Now I'm just changing the bit entirely as we go. Puppet link was to Gilbert Gottfried. Either way, the result is that Spags' throat's going to be hurting today. Spags also didn't sleep very much last night. Was up from 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. with the puppy, who's having to keep getting up. It was a tough time. So we're getting full delusions here of grandeur with the puppet in my place. Let's go game by game, though. Let's do it. Not on Stokastic today is Spags, so we can just throw it all out there because this is my only stream of the day. And it's also April Fools. Let's have some fun. Woo, check that out. You like what you see, boys? Hit that like button and subscribe down below. I may not make a lot of appearances on here, but when I do like to show my puppet genitals here. So please, wait, here we go. Click that subscribe. Click that subscribe. Click that subscribe button right here. Oh, I'm upping it real good. Getting it nice and warm for you. So please, like, subscribe, comment. You do it all. Engagements go a long way. I'll pull my pants up. There we go. Classy show we got here. Also, we're sponsored by Unabated. 20% off. Link in the description. I had a lovely email. Spags had a lovely email exchange with them today as we wrap up our partnership for the NBA regular season. And I'm sure they're delighted to be spending sponsorship money on this content today. But click the link down below. Win more money in betting. And check out Stokastic too. 15% off. Join the Discord. Underdog, $1,000, etc. Promo. Phoenix, 109.8 implied points. Despite having no Kevin Durant, nobody looks that good here to Spags besides Royce O'Neal. So mentioned, though, when Durant got hurt, also Iguodala came in. So there's no guarantees that it's actually going to be Royce O'Neal getting the big uptick in minutes. Previously, though, when Durant has been out, it has been Royce O'Neal getting more run. He's priced at $4,000. He looks pretty good for this. Oh, there we go. I don't think we're going to get demonetized. I think we're pretty good. Oh, I think Spags needs to mute for a second to cough. Smoking too much weed across your life and doing puppet voices is not good for your health. Keep that in mind when you're watching, kids. Royce O'Neal, 39% for Spags, 27% for the field. Top value on the day. But again, if he doesn't start, swap on over to Iguodala if you can. Price tags are similar. Positionality, not so much. So Iguodala, not going to be as good of a play even if he does start compared to old Royce O'Neal. Milwaukee on their side. Field's going to play a lot of Giannis. Giannis actually not playing that well with Damian Lillard, Bobby Portis, and Chris Middleton off the court. Don't think the rates support him being owned as much as he is, with 40% of the field going to Giannis today. Big stand for the field from Milwaukee today, going to Giannis. Ryan Rollins looking like a pretty good play, 36% for Spags, 22% for the field. The Spags borderline fading Giannis today, only 24% in his top 150 lineups compared to the field's 40% of Giannis right now. Very chalky Giannis. Normally, you know what I do when I see chalk? I like to snort it up. That makes me feel like a puppet. Nobody else in the Bucks matter that much. Let's save some time. Maybe we'll shorten the video a little bit. Benny, if you haven't watched the puppet before, I don't know what to tell you, man. You're just getting into it. Just figure it out, buddy. Figure it out. We got Portland, 116.5 implied points. You're missing a good amount of guys from Portland today. When you do have Scoot Henderson out, you do have Jeremy Grant out. He's been out for a while. Leighton's been out for a while. These guys ain't coming back, but they like to pretend like they are going to come back. Denny Avdia always looking good lately. Looks good again here. Price tag getting pretty high at 8,100. He's doing pretty well. Spags has him at 36.6 PRAs, which feels like a lot for Denny Avdia. He looks good here, though. 59% of the top with 50. Stokastic has him at 37% ownership. Shaden Sharp, 32.5% for him, 32% for Spags. Not a big stand there. Anthony Simon's going to be pretty chalky today. As is always the case, he's one of those guys that Spags doesn't get very much of in his data. No. Sometimes I try to learn something with my own arms moving, and it doesn't look as good as I think it does in my head. Anthony Simon's so very chalky today. He's also a Q tag. If he's out, going to look a lot better for everybody else in the team. Rotation getting pretty short at this point for Portland, but still a good total because they're going against Atlanta. Atlanta, 121.5 implied points. Certainly, Portland could maybe have a tougher time defending Trae Young. They do sometimes do a good job on high-usage lead ball handlers like Trae Young, though, have a lot of wings to throw at him. So Trae Young, Spags is fading him. The rate data doesn't support playing him too much, with him not gaining as much as guys like Dyson Daniels, guys like Gekko Okongwu, getting 51% Okongwu, 31% Dyson Daniels, but only 3% Trae Young. Very little, just like Trae Young himself, and just like my little puppet Schwans is what we're going to call it now. Whew, we got Karis LeVert. Fields playing him 16%. Now, I don't know why. I only want him at 3. Zachary Rizache, Fields playing him at 16%. But you know what I say? Freedom fries. No Rizache for me today. Only 7%. A paltry 7% of Zachary Rizache. Nothing else looking that good here. Getting some guys a little bit owned. Terrence Mann, whatever. Not a great value, really. He's not going to play that much. But a good total for Atlanta. You want to play these guys you can. Does feel a little bit silly to play this much Okongwu, this much Dyson Daniels, not play enough Trae Young. Maybe get a little more Trae Young than Spags is getting here. I wonder why that would be, Ryan. I wonder why sometimes our blended consciousness would merge together and vocally. But please cut me some slack. It is hard to do this as a solo puppet here. I'm just one puppet running several splash play channels at once. Philadelphia getting nobody here. Stokastic doesn't want to play Quentin Grimes, so Spags is not playing him either right now, but he'll probably get a little bit of Quentin Grimes spiritually. Grimes, though, minutes getting capped lately. Other guys shooting the ball way too much. Quentin Grimes not really a core play today, even though we would love him to be. Adem Bona coming up a little bit. Speaking of a Bona, wow, that's our word of the day. It's a Bona. We got a Dem Bona here. We only played him 5%, though. So about as many inches as my namesake, Eric Lindquist-Peters. That's how ownership we're getting for a Dem Bona today. I should pull my pants back up here. The word of the day is over. That's it. That's it here. We got New York here, 116.8 implied points. Karl Anthony Towns not coming up a lot for Spags, as we talked about. For whatever reason, you take campaign off the court, all of a sudden everybody's getting their own shots up. Becomes Lord of the Flies out there, and you're all piggy. But I would say for me, because the puppet, I don't want to play Towns today quite so much. Think that he's been suffering rate-wise. OG Anunoby, who thinks he's a star player. Once again, that's why Anunoby's on the thumbnail next to me, the most famous puppet at DFS. We're going to go with Karl Anthony Towns today. Only 1%, Fields at 7. Big stand against him. But certainly Towns is low enough owned here. You can take your shots. Really, New York overall, nobody over 15% owned besides Mikal Bridges. We're getting 29% of him. Getting Anunoby with those juice usage rates that we talked about before, putting up 1.3 fantasy points a minute. He's not going to shoot that well, but he might keep gunning because he thinks he's like a legit player for whatever reason when you take some point guards off the court. So OG Anunoby, a big stand in favor of him today. You don't need to be at 65%, but I'd get double the Fields, 12% for sure. Orlando, how many games do we have today? Do I have to do this forever? Is this what hell is for both the puppet and the man behind the puppet? Sometimes you have to ask yourself the things that we do that inflict upon ourselves. We got Orlando, 110.5 implied points. Paolo Banchero, 19%. I'm at 13. Franz Wagner, Spags always gets a little bit more of him. I'm going to get more of him today, taking over his account. 23% of Franz Wagner, 18% for the field. Wendell Carter, 11% for the field. I'm getting 6. Not a lot of anybody else here. San Antonio, Devin Vassell, Stephon Cassell, not getting there very much of these guys. These guys are priced up quite a bit at this point. Obviously, they're your highest usage guys. They can maybe spike in upside if they hit every little bit of their standard deviation, get you to 40 fantasy points. But you're not expecting that to happen too often. So Fields only playing Vassell at 1%. Fields only playing Castle at 2.2%. I'm barely playing either, only 1% for both. Jeremy Sohan, 17% in the top 150 for Spags. I got 11% in Stokastic's numbers. Keldon Johnson, more for him. Chris Paul, 18% of him. You're getting a lot of these scrubs on the Spurs. Sohan, Keldon Johnson, Chris Paul, Sandro Mukmukulavishkavili. I might have said a few too many letters in there, perhaps. Julian Champagny, 23% for him. Spurs scrubs looking good. I don't know this is where you want to be on the slate. And Spags perhaps should have reviewed this data more closely to wonder why all these guys are coming up so much. They're all playing decent minutes. You need value. That's why you're getting them a little bit. Puppet Spags. To be clear, this is Puppet Lindquist still, even though the character has taken a different turn. Sounds like Bane from Batman is Danny DeVito. I don't think that's accurate. The DeVito part, I can see. The Bane part. Bane would talk like, "Oh, would you like Scotty Barnes today?" Well, that's not how I talk. I talk in an entirely different way, you fucking idiot. Jesus, relax, but Puppet Linguist. Sorry, I don't mean to break character here. It's just a little bit. We need to be rude to the YouTube chat. Who would do that as a host? Hey, go back to your job. Scotty Barnes here, not coming up very much. Fuck you. You fucking talk to me like that. Oh, God. We got Scotty Barnes, not coming up very much. Emmanuel Quickly, not coming up very much. 5% for him. Jakob Poeltl, not coming up very much. Jamal Shed, 10% for him. Why are we playing him here? We just need some value, I guess, but nothing looking that good. Orlando Robinson, only 7% for him. Jacoby Walter, only 28% in the top 150 for Spags, 23% for the field. Pretty big stand, Jacoby Walter. Guy's played about 30 minutes a game lately. You can get it, even though he's not that great when you have Barnes and Quickly both in. Jonathan Bobo, 16% for Spags, 18% for the field. You're getting some Raptors, no big stands here for the most part, besides the Jacoby Walter. Viewers climbing. Now, I love to hear the puppet signals working. They know that anything can happen here when Puppet Lindquist is in charge in the channel. I feel bad associating Eric Lindquist with this content that is not affiliated with Stokastic in any way. or Lindy's locks. Here instead, you get Lindy's cocks. Am I right? Here's Lindy's cock right here. Da, da, da. Blah, blah. Sorry. Sometimes you get a little off the chain. We like to have fun here on the channel. We got Chicago, 120 implied points. Josh Giddey, 2x the field. His ownership's at 11, which is a little bit too young for Josh Giddey. He'd love to see his ownership around 16, 17. That said, we're getting 20% of him today. Yucky, says Josh Giddey. He goes, bleh. No, thank you, 20. But Josh Giddey playing pretty well lately with the lack of point guards, looking pretty good. Lindy's Cox, yeah, they love the brand is strong. Do more parody content with the puppet is what we should do. We got Nikola Vucevic. Guy doesn't play that well with the true point guards. I don't get him very much, or Spags doesn't. I don't either. Neither of us get him. We're two different people. We got Nikola Vucevic, not very much, feels at 13%. He was on the thumbnail for Josh Engelman's show this morning. I don't know why. What's Nikola Vucevic doing? Not very much, I'll tell you what. Kevin Huerter, he's questionable. If he doesn't play, he'll open up some more minutes for some more assholes. Chicago, it's really high total for a team that's kind of dog shit. But Giddey, good. If Giddey's out, Kobe White, good. Vucevic, okay. These guys all look a lot better if you get Giddey out. But if Giddey's in, I play Giddey. Oh, gosh. I love you, Puppet. Like, I love you, Porzingis. I love anybody that gives me love back, much like my namesake, Eric Lindquist. If you show me any sort of kindness at all, I'll call you my best friend forever because I'm so used to people just kicking me while I'm down. They go, they're so mean to us, Lindquist. Sad puppet face. Golden State, 123. And he doesn't know. He doesn't know what's going on here under his fake name. Golden State, 121.3 implied points. Really not getting anybody here. Can I save my throat a little bit and skim through? 9% Steph Curry. He could go off against Memphis. This Memphis team got to be really falling apart, it seems, with the changes they have at coach. Definitely a downgrade so far. John Morant seemingly going to play today. That doesn't help the defense very much, but a big total for Golden State. Still technically a pace up. So Memphis not playing as fast now. They have the new coaches in, and John Morant just trying to cater to him and his sweet gun collection at every turn. Jonathan Kuminga, 11% for the field. Spags is getting 9%. Not a big stand there. Really not a lot of ownership here. Decent values for guys like Quentin Post, but the minutes aren't necessarily there. Hard to love a lot. Besides that big, healthy total for Golden State at 121.3 implied points. See, I still know actual data. We do a lot of jokes about dicks here, but I do know the occasional betting thing here on Lindy's Cocks. Lindy's creams, creams, lines, and cocks. We still keep the lines in because I'd like to snort some lines, but otherwise it's creaming and it's cocks. We got Memphis, 117.3 implied points. I don't really know what to do with Memphis at this point with the offense shifting around, not looking as good. Price tag still high, getting 12%. Santiel Dom in the top 150, but that's basically it. But this game's on FanDuel, and even though Puppet, Linguist, and Spags are entirely different people, we do agree on one thing. Fuck FanDuel. Fuck you guys out there. What has FanDuel ever fucking done for me? Nothing. So fuck. But here's the projections anyway. We got Denver looking pretty good. Nikola Jokic, you might have heard this guy. He's a pretty good player in this basketball game of ours. All right, we got... Cream slides and cock is great. I agree. Stags here. I agree. That's a crazy thing for the puppet to have said. I don't know what's going on. You show the puppet some love. Please show some love. The puppet will show you whatever you want after that. You guys know what time it is. We got to go to our friends at Unabated. Oh, we're a little bit early. It's not ready. We can watch the video. We'll kill some time. Let's go over to our friends at Unabated. Let's learn about their conditional NBA projections that Puppet Linguist, am an endorsement spokesperson for. Much like the George Foreman grill, Unabated has brought me on to rename the projections. April Fool's here, ha ha ha. But we're renaming the projections Puppet Linguist, Creams, Lines, and Cocks projections. So please watch this video and learn more. Oh, do I have to talk over this? Expert NBA projections. We got those as well here on Unabated Lindy's Creams, Lines. I shouldn't say this over the actual ad video. There's a lot of useful things on Unabated. Here's the thing. We like to have fun on this channel. Sure, I Puppet Linguist sometimes can be a little bit off color. At the end of the day, all I and Spags and Eric Linguist even care about is doing things that make you guys money. And with Unabated, you're going to make yourself some money if you hop in there, make some good bets. Jack, oh, grass! You got to grab the grass! Oh, I love grass. And chat away like I do to my AI girlfriends. You know the crowd is ready. And you'll be winning money. Unabated.com/promo code / link in the description. Wouldn't it be funny if you guys converted all the promo codes for me, a puppet, more than you normally do, Spags? Wouldn't that be hilarious? So please do go check out Unabated, and you could have a graph like this one. You'd be up almost $60,000, which is what I normally spend on my penis enlargement programs for myself. And it has not been working well, as you can see. Despite that, though, you would be winning money in Unabated. It is a serious product for serious people, and that's what I consider myself when it comes to gambling. So please check out the link in the description. Save some money for yourself, promo code SPLASH, and also get in there good and make yourself some big old buckaroos. And this is not affiliated with Eric Linguist. He does not promote Unabated, etc., etc. God, Puppet Linguist says a lot of et ceteras, I'm realizing. Charles doesn't get it. Charles, the people who don't get it are the ones I want to hear more from. What are you walking into? You have to wonder. The amount of dislikes on this video are going to be really high, but the people who like it are going to really like it, we hope. Okay, the projections going to be in a moment. Come on, projections. Why don't you take a time out, Puppet Linguist? Let's sit down for a second. Let's let me breathe here. Puppet Linguist, I think let's step back from Unabated. He's not a great affiliate for Unabated right now. Projections should be coming in a moment, though. I'm gonna refresh one more time here. Happy April Fools, guys. I feel like I'm the fool here. I didn't know this was going to go on at all. How this thumbnail went up, how this event went up. It really blows your mind sometimes how things can happen when you have multiple personality disorder with a puppet. See the projections. All right, they're in. Thank God. We'll bring Puppet Linguist back for the Stokastic part of the stream. He can't be on conflicting streams, I think, contractually. All right, so your Q-Tag guys, Cole Anthony, Bradley, I got my throat. It is such a relief to talk like me for a moment. And again, not to kill the magic. I'm late. That's true. That's really unprofessional of me in that one capacity.
But your Q-Tag guys, you got a lot of them here. And of course, Unabated is giving you the different sets of projections. If these guys play, if these guys sit, you can see the outcomes that are going to happen, the EV you would get on both sides of the equation. And that's you're getting Unabated. Good God, though, man. Really wears your throat out. Really. I know how the real Eric Lindquist feels because my throat is just in agony. I could use some coating of my throat as well, much like, so I can't keep making these jokes. I feel bad. The puppet is its own bit. We got Jalen Clark here, over 4.5 points, the higher and underdog, looking very juicy in the EV here. Now I can do my bits, my Spags bits. Wow, 24.6% EV on underdog, promo code SPLASH. I don't know if you're going to follow Puppet Lindquist doing his promo code or me. Use that promo code SPLASH on underdog right now. Take that Jalen Clark bet. Higher on 4.5 points for him, giving you a sweet 24.6% EV. Vince Williams now, 8.1% EV for him, over 4.5 points for Vince Williams. Looking good on underdog, the higher there in 4.5 points. So 2 bets to start a card with for Jalen Clark and Vince Williams over. How much Grimes tonight? Not a lot in the sim so far, but I still think he's about a 47 fantasy point projection. So I'll play him a little bit practically when I get to it, but Stokastic did not make it easy to get him in the sim because they have him projected really lowly right now. But I think probably 10% Grimes feels like enough, maybe 20 if I'm really feeling frisky. But it'll depend on how much he comes up when I run an optimizer first and get a read on what the projections would have for me first, and I'll boost them accordingly in Stokastic stuff. Luke Kennard at number 3 here, 7.2% EV, minus 106 odds on FanDuel, under 7.5 points for him. Nowhere else you'd want to play it besides DraftKings, under 7.5 on there. For Luke Kennard, under 7.5 points on your regular sports books, not on your pick'em sites. Zach Edey, under 8.5 points. Oh, Royce Q-Tag. Interesting. All right, so Iguodaro playing a lot of minutes for Kevin Durant might actually be the thing at this point. Zach Edey, under 8.5 points. Looking good at minus 135 odds on DraftKings Sportsbook. 6.9% EV on there. Playable on PrizePicks as well. Under 8 points for Zach Edey as well. Edey playing some more minutes, it seems like, with the coaching staff turnover, but not enough where I'd be worried about this bet necessarily. So Zach Edey, good on PrizePicks, good on DraftKings for under 8.5 points, or under 8 points on PrizePicks. John Morant, under 24.5 points. A lot of the projections sets out there, including Stokastic, didn't even think he was going to play today. So I think you're pretty comfortable going with the under on John Morant. You got John Morant under 24.5 points on DraftKings, minus 115 odds. Gets you 6.7% EV. Playable on the pick'em sites as well. PrizePicks and Underdog, 5.5% EV for under 24.5 points for John Morant. Probably don't want it on FanDuel, so not quite a grand slam for John Morant's under on points today. Jalen Wells. We got Jalen Clark up here, Jalen Wells down here. I don't like when these guys who are kind of similar shitty players, like they also have like the black guy broccoli haircut too. They need to not be on the same team because like they do nothing unique enough that they should stand out. That upsets me. Jalen Wells, 5.5% EV, under 8.5 points, looking playable on FanDuel today, minus 118 odds for that. Playable on DraftKings, playable on PrizePicks as well, but really does look the best on PrizePicks and FanDuel for Jalen Wells is under on 8.5 points. Jonathan Mobo, over 7.5 points, 5.3% EV. That one on DraftKings Sportsbook, minus 130 odds on Jonathan Mobo, over 7.5 points, gets you 5.3% EV. Not the most EV on points besides those top ones on Underdog, so really recommend those. The other ones, maybe we'll get some better ones for you. Though it is still, as we always say, a volume game. Whether you use the unabated data or some of the other products out there, you are going to be wanting to get a lot of volume of bets down to really realize the EV and the ROI these products offer you, so keep that in mind. And if you're tuning in for the puppet, we'll be back to the puppet in a moment, guys. I just got to get my voice back for a little bit here. It's honestly hard to talk like me now, which is a little bit weird. A little cognitively dissonant is what I would say. Hey, we're scrolling down below to pull in all the bets here for our friends at Unabated. You got Mo Gay here, under 5. I wish Puppet Lindquist were here. Did somebody say Mo Gay? We got under 4.5 rebounds from Mo Gay. 15.6% EV on PrizePicks. Not playable anywhere else. So Mo Gay, get Mo Gay with it. Did somebody say Mo Gay? Under 4.5 points on PrizePicks. Orlando Robinson under 6.5 rebounds. And that was rebounds for Gay as well. Under 6.5 rebounds for Orlando Robinson, plus 114 odds on DraftKings Sportsbook, get you 13.5% EV. Not playable anywhere else for Orlando Robinson's under on 6.5 rebounds. Mike Conley over 2.5 rebounds. Mike Conley here we've got at 12.98% EV. Let's call it 13. Over 2.5 rebounds from Mike Conley at plus 135 odds on DraftKings Sportsbook. Ryan Rollins over 3.5 rebounds, -105 odds on DraftKings Sportsbook, get you 12.5% EV. Playable on PrizePicks, playable on FanDuel as well. Ryan Rollins, the over on rebounds. Look, he's playing closing minutes lately. Unabated has him for 28 minutes today. So Rollins, I think, good DFS play and a good bet for the over on rebounds. Jonathan Mobo, over 5.5 rebounds, 12.2% EV, looking best on DraftKings Sportsbook at -115 odds. Still playable on PrizePicks and Underdog, where it's over 5.5 rebounds, 10.9% EV. Julian Champagnie, under 3.5 rebounds, 11.4% EV for you on DraftKings Sportsbook. Similar EV on PrizePicks, a little bit less on FanDuel, but playable on all those three sites, not so much an Underdog. For Julian Champagnie's under 3.5 rebounds. And Luke Kennard, under 2.5 rebounds, +114 on DraftKings Sportsbook, gets you 10.1% EV. You probably don't want to play it anywhere else. Good news, you could scroll back to hear the puppet talk for a half hour straight. And there we go. I'm glad somebody likes the Mo Gaychecks. Not once again. You can only make them in character, you know? That's where it is. Whew. It's funny though, like you halfway think through a bit, and then you realize you got to do the bit. That's the tough part here. But I did actually like set up the studio. I was going to try to like cover myself and do it the whole way, but we couldn't quite commit to that. God, I need some more water. All right, let's pull all these bets in. All right, here we go. Dyson Daniels under 5 assists. I do like Dyson Daniels for DFS today. Maybe get some leverage against him on PrizePicks. 12.9% EV for Dyson Daniels under 5 assists. Playable on DraftKings as well for Dyson Daniels under 4.5 assists on there at +110 odds. So Dyson Daniels playable on PrizePicks, playable on DraftKings Sportsbook for under 5 assists or under 4.5 assists. Dominic Barlow over 0.5 assists. He's now your backup center with Clint Capella. Probably not going to play the rest of the year. 12.9% EV for higher on 0.5 assists on Underdog. So add that to your other soft Underdog lines we just looked at. That'd be a good one for Dominic Barlow over 0.5 assists. Brooke Lopez under 2.5 assists, -180 odds, a lot of juice on DraftKings Sportsbook, still getting 9.3% EV for Brooke Lopez under 2.5 assists on DraftKings Sportsbook. Taurean Prince over 1.5 assists, -110 odds on DraftKings, the best bet again. 6.8% EV. DraftKings line's pretty soft today, including this Taurean Prince line for over 1.5 assists. Ryan Rollins over 3.5 assists. Getting the minutes are there for him. Plus, actually, not plus money. Minus money odds on PrizePicks. Your usual pick'em line here of -118 odds for the parlays we're placing on there. A 5.8% EV for Ryan Rollins over 3.5 assists. On your PrizePicks pick'ems, Desmond Bane over 4.5 assists, -125 odds on FanDuel looks the best. Not playable anywhere else for Desmond Bane over 4.5 assists. And George Niang under 1.5 assists, 5.5% EV for him, looking best on DraftKings Sportsbook at -135 odds. And PRA is coming up next. Been very impressive. Cory Booker was doing his filibuster. It's a weird bit. So also been seeing, frankly, I don't even know what you're talking about. And I like to know things. Got the Anthony Black, Grady Dick jersey swap the other night. Hilarious. They had that before. That was like, they did that a year ago. That was like the one that made it go viral initially. Then he had to stop doing them because the team told him to stop doing it. He's not even playing, so I don't think that was from a couple days ago. You might have seen it recently, but that's probably just shit popping back up. Glad I find the video I'm falling asleep to tonight so soothing. Well, the puppet linguist. I can't imagine he'd be ever called soothing by anybody. Blake Wesley here. PRA's bets. Under 11.5 PRA is the lower on PrizePicks and Underdog looks the best. Not playable so much on DraftKings and FanDuel. So Blake Wesley, lower on 11.5 PRAs for PrizePicks and Underdog. Emmanuel Quickly, under 29.5 PRAs, playable on your pickup sites as well. 7.8% EV for Emmanuel Quickly, whose minutes are certainly not stable at this point for Toronto. Under 29.5 PRAs for him on your pick'em sites, not in your regular sports books. Ja Morant, 7.8% EV for under 36.5 PRAs, -108 odds on FanDuel Sportsbook is your best bet right now. You probably don't want the other ones. Jalen Wells, under 13.5 PRAs, 6% EV for you at -120 odds on DraftKings Sportsbook, but literally not available anywhere else. A negative EV on Underdog. Over the line is a little bit lower. Luke Kennard, under 12.5 PRAs for him. 5.2% EV at +100 odds on DraftKings Sportsbook. And Zach Edey, honestly, you don't want 4.4% EV. Did we pull in everything here? Just making sure we got it because it feels like we should have a few more bets. Oh, Jalen Clark line here. All right, Jalen Clark. So we talked Jalen Wells already, right? So Jalen Clark over 7.5 PRAs. That one had a lot of EV, and then it just fucking ran away from me. Here you go. Jalen Clark over 7.5 PRAs, the higher on Underdog looking best there. You can't play it anywhere else. But couple of really soft lines on Underdog. So I really would recommend, even though obviously, look, they're a sponsor. I'm trying to make them happy. Got to convert a lot of people for this channel to keep operating so lavishly as it is. But please subscribe down below or not subscribe. Click the link down below. Use promo code SPLASH. I'm out of practice now because Puppet Linquist did the promotion before. Use that promo code SPLASH on Underdog. Link in the description. $1,000 bonus for you on Underdog. Of course, build your own pick'ems for yourself. Take advantage of some of that sweet EV that Unabated gives you. Make sure to place the bets yourself from Unabated. I would get in there right now. Otherwise, the shot of you making money off this, off enough of a period of time where it really matters for you, is going to go away. But you want to play now the rest of the regular season, the playoffs as well. Their data is going to keep being updated here. And as I've mentioned many times for Unabated, professional bettors use this data to wager $10,000 a given night, even more than that I'm not aware of. People use this product for a lot more than you or I would. Play some pick'ems, to play some bets here to feel good on prop bets. So check it out. Really, if you want to place all the bets, you'd realize that EV I showed you with that big graph up $60,000 off the Unabated data about 30 minutes for tip-off every day. All the bets to the 5% or higher ROI. And it sounds complicated, but it's really not. It's just a matter of, do you want to strap in every day and place 100 bets? If you do want to do that and you want to try to make money doing it, you can do that with Unabated's data. And that's really the main thing I would say for you guys out there. Well, you know what now? It's time to go over to Stokastic. And look, I'm only a Stokastic contractor. I'm not a full-timer there anymore. So I will defer to the Stokastic full-time employee that we have access to here. Of course, Puppet Linquist. Thank you. I'm back, guys. I'm back. I think Spags' throat's feeling better, and mine's feeling better, too, because I was under the table that whole time, getting a little Mo gay myself. So now the puppet's blowing me. Trying to keep up with the lore here. We're going to build some lineups, though, 5,000 lineups on Stokastic. We're going to sim them out. They're going to compete 10,000 times, much like I do at a Lily Phillips gangbang concert. What do you call that? I guess just gangbang would be the noun. But I'm happy to be number 10,000. No big deal there. The sloppier, the better. When I get to mix in with some other juices, that's what I like. Call me a basted turkey when I'm with Lily Phillips. Hey, we're going to run the sim. Simulate some lineups here. 35% to first. NBA, prize pool is pretty tough right now with MLB back. I'll tell you what. It's a classic gangbang concert. You go there, you sit there with your orchestra-style seating, you hold the bifocals up, and you go, "Ooh, what's going on there? In reality, it's just a bunch of dudes with neon wristbands sitting around who've been STD tested to confirm they're ready to hop in at any moment. But I'd like to imagine it's a classier event, at least like a surgery waiting room where I could drop some junior mints in like Kramer. Very good reference by me, Puppet Linquist. Did I give the puppet some? Oh, did he give me some love butter? No. Spags doesn't finish for blowjobs. It's one of the things we all know about him. And they believe he's actually talked about it before in Barstool content back in the day, and it still holds true. You got to be really persistent, like King Arthur, if you want to get Spags off of a blowy. Now you know. And knowing is half the battle, as my friends at G.I. Joe once said. Of course, when I had G.I. Joes, I would just put them up my butt. I'd go, "Hey, Cobra Commander, why don't you go snake your way up here? Manon." Sometimes I sound really Jewish, sometimes Italian. I don't know. Your top ROI lineups according to Stokastic. Number 1, Delano Banton. Number 2, he's on number 2. The number 1 lineup starts with Delano Banton, Franz Wagner, Royce O'Neal, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Again, I'd like it Greek style. Orlando Robinson, Julian Champagnie, Jonathan Mobo, Paolo Banchero. So lots of O's in this one here. And you can see my O face. Oh, with this lineup here if it wins. We got Anthony Simons, Dyson Daniels, Royce O'Neal again, Denny Avdia, Onyeka Okongwu. There's way too many O names on this slate. Terrence Mann, Jonathan Kuminga, Nikola Vucevic. Okay, we got some O's. We got rid of them a little bit there. Chris Paul, Franz Wagner, Denny Avdia, Josh Hart, Onyeka Okongwu again. Jamal Shed keeps popping up, and it's like, how is he going to really play enough minutes to matter? I don't know. Jamison Battle, Orlando Robinson, way too many Raptors, given the fact you're playing Barnes, you're playing Quickly, you're playing Pirtle today, but lots of Raptors coming up in that number 3 lineup. Number 4, Ryan Rollins. Keep Rollins. I'm running out of bits. Julian Champagnie, Royce O'Neal, Denny Avdia, Onyeka Okongwu again, Jamal Shed again, inexplicably, Josh Hart, Paolo Banchero. I'm clapping like I'm a black woman who's getting angry with you. Paolo Banchero. I don't know how else to move my hands is really the issue here. So Spags just has to make observational comedy about it. Delano Benton, I gotta move like this. Delano Benton, Shaden Sharp, Denny Avdia, Giannis, Orlando Robinson again, Chris Paul, Sandro Amukulashvili makes it in again, and Nikola Vucevic. Shot Like Hard's making me happy. Shot Like Hard's giving me some laughs. So that's enough for me to get through the rest of the stream. Your top ROI players, according to Stokastic: Onyeka Okongwu, Jonathan Mobo, Denny Avdia, Franz Wagner. Can we get an American in here? Chris Paul. Now that's what we're talking about. I'm from Minnesota. I like things American. We got Dyson Daniels, Nikola Vucevic. Top exposed players. Number 1, Puppet Linguist. Check that out. But besides that, actual answer, number 1, Denny Avdia, 73% exposure. 2x the field on Denny Avdia. And this is just Stokastic data. This isn't Spags' data. So you're getting it from an impartial, credible source, even though it may not seem like it, given the current bit of this video on April Fool's Day. Royce O'Neal, 49% exposure in the top 150 from Stokastic data, 27% for the field. Lots of Royce O'Neal, but now he's a Q tag, just like me. I put the Q in Q tag and also an LGBTQ. And that's empowering. That's not a disparaging joke. I'm being empowering here, like Sam Rockwell's monologue. I want to be a beautiful Asian woman having sex with myself. Is that so wrong? What? It was somebody else does it. It's an Emmy-winning bit. But when I do it, I'm relegated to shitty DFS streams. Okay, Puppet Linguist. Let's tone it down. You're getting too riled up. Giannis Antetokounmpo, 41% for me. And Stokastic's top 150 lineups, 42% according to their estimates for the field. Anthony Simons, 41% of the top 150, 44% for the field again. Chris Paul, 37% compared to 20. So pretty big stand for Chris Paul there because he's American-made. America, fuck yeah. Puppets were pretty cool in that movie. Jonathan Mobo, 2x the field for him as well. Wait, why is Spags talking? Jonathan Mobo, 2x the field. Highest leverage plays. The Puppet would have improved the broadcast. Oh, jeez. Now, never forget. Even as a Puppet, I never forget. It's like not being able to stop staring at the multi-car auto. That's rude. I think this is premium content you're getting here for free on YouTube. Maybe a lot of ads because YouTube really does shove it right in your butt with that. But still, highest leverage players though. Denny Avdia, 37% more in the field. Onyeka Okongwu, he's showing you his old face, 28% more in the field. Royce O'Neal, 21% more in the field. Chris Paul, American-made, 17% more in the field. He's like a Ford truck or a Tesla. Jonathan Mobo, 16% more in the field. Franz Wagner, 15% more in the field. Nikola Vucevic, 15% more in the field. I don't like that guy. Spags don't like that guy, but he's coming up a little bit on the slate. I'd play him if Giddy's out because that guy knows what's up. But besides that, probably would not play Nikola Vucevic as much as Stokastic wants. I also feel like Puppet Linguist to me kind of sounds like Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force sometimes. I don't really know. I don't know when that began. I was actually listening to the old Puppet Linguist voice, and that's a great character here to let you guys inside the actor studio. I was listening to the voice in some of the streams lately, and I know I've done different versions of the voice before, and it's really inconsistent. This is one of my flaws as a creator. Anyway, back to the Puppet. Backstage is yours, Puppet Linguist. Thank you. Fucking shut your mouth with your fucking bits. Talking about, don't expose the bit, you jackasses. Let me talk. Trae Young, negative 15% leverage. We're barely playing him in Stokastic's top 150. Only 5% exposure. Fields at 19. Mikal Bridges, negative 11% leverage. Barely playing him. OG Anunoby, not playing him either. Spags thinks this guy's going to shoot a ton. Stokastic doesn't agree. So small term sample size stuff versus the longer time sample size stuff. You guys make your choice here. Devin Booker, barely playing him despite no Kevin Durant. Very odd to see so little Devin Booker coming up. Did I call him Kevin Booker? I'm so silly sometimes. Devin Booker, though, not being played at all, and he's going to soak up a lot of usage. If you get Beal out especially, Devin Booker, a compelling tournament option. Santi Aldama, getting him 9% less in the field. 4% of the lineups have him in the top 150 from Stokastic. Wendell Carter, negative 8% leverage. Only 4% of lineups have him as well. And Keldon Johnson. I would have liked his name more if it were Keldon Johnson. Am I right, fellas? Negative 7% leverage for Keldon Johnson as well.
that's the slate, guys. So let's do one quick round of plug in here of Stokastic, 15% off. I wouldn't be able to do Lindy's creams, lines, and cocks if it weren't for our friends at Stokastic. So please support this show and check out their products. Great DFS products as well. All their data, all their sim stuff, 15% off down below. You can also get that MLB deal they got going, $1 deal. Click the link down below, then take the deal. That's a pretty good move, I'd say. Of course, also, Underdog, $1,000 bonus cash, link down below. Discord, join Spags' Discord there. Maybe the puppet will pop in too if it makes you pay me money. So $5. Join the Discord, support the show, support. This is like PBS, guys. Support content like this by joining the Discord. And of course, Unabated. They have been a great part of all this year. Again, we had some love. Spags had a lovely email exchange with them today. Thanking them for the opportunity to do work with them. They said something nice back as well. We love these guys. So support this show and maybe convert for the puppet better than we do for Spags. Splash plays for the day that we talked about before pretty thoroughly. OG Anunoby going to take that shot. Fields only playing 12%. I'm going to play more. Denny Avdia. Lots of Denny Avdia today. Too many blazes out. Yeko Kongu is going to show our old face. Oh, it kind of looks like he's coming. Oh. Show me your face play. Both OG Anunoby and Onyeka Okongwu. And anybody else? Anybody else, Puppet Linguist, wants to tout here? I get so few opportunities to tout. I'm always just doing jokes. It's nice to be able to add value to the community as we are here. Spags Pros, trying to do this is sometimes difficult. Josh Giddey, probably another one. That's really it. Not really big stance. Less Giannis in the field, though. That I can agree with. Thank you guys for hanging out today. Been a very special April Fool's episode, but I took it very seriously, as I hope you could tell. Subscribe down below. Hit the like button. Leave a comment. I won't be here every day. Sometimes you'll get real DFS content with a person whose voice isn't struggling to get through an hour, but I do appreciate all you guys who hang out. If you enjoy this kind of content, well, boy, you should probably be here because, fuck, this is about as esoteric as it gets, motherfucker. Anyway, oh, God. Puppet Linguist, you're going to do this for you. Gamble responsibly, even though it's always money time on this fucking piece of shit's fat face. Okay, click the wrong thing. Thank you, Puppet Linguist. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for hanging out. Hey, look, sometimes you got to do something different here. It's the end of the NBA season. We got to kick off the dust. I appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate you hanging out with me. I should probably not keep making the puppet move at the same time. Thanks for dealing with this. Thanks for watching it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with a normal video. So come back then, hit the like and subscribe. Videos Monday to Friday at 4 p.m. See you guys there. Enjoy your days and good luck, you pieces of shit. I'm so adversarial for no reason. Bye-bye.